So we're going to nip to the skate park if the rain holds off, and then we're going to go see about an e-Niro because Mark has got one for 24 hours. Very keen to see this. I've never seen one in the flesh, so yeah. Other thing is, I'm hoping this car won't make a funny rattle because it been doing that. Not great. See if we're going to have that rattle anymore. I can't hear anything. That's how I like it. Oh, that's a big relief. Just a stone caught in the mud guard then by the looks of things. It's not as easy as all that, is it? Why are we on the kiddie skate park? Because the big boys with their BMX bikes are in the big skate park. And besides, it's raining anyway, so I think we're going to have to head off now. Go!
Hello, hello.
Hi Mark.
How you doing?
Good, thank you.
Oh, look at you two.
Oh, there's my brother.
Oh dear goodness. How's it going?
Let's make a fashion statement. Honestly, it's the warmest jacket I've got.
It's perfect, isn't it? For this time of year.
Oh, so sad.
I know, and I love it. What did you think to the mirror running outside and put into it?
It looks good. I like it, but I'm easy. It's not got a petrol engine, so.
Why are we here?
Why are we here?
It's lovely to see you.
Oh, thanks. So why are we here?
Because
I came to see you.
Oh,
and
thank
Mark,
you.
but I don't know why he's here. Well, obviously for the same reason.
to get Tracy
Oh, you're lucky.
test driving an EV, to get her into an electric vehicle.
Oh, is this your
So-
thing? My car.
Put your hand under it. Put your hand under it. Pull it. Pull, pull. It's not designed for little kids, is it?
Big pull.
Yay!
Wireless charging, so literally you just push that in there and it'll charge.
No.
Twist to go in reverse. That's cruising down here at 50.
And what's full regen like?
I'm just going to literally lift my foot off as per Tesla.
Oh, it's sort of similar to a Tesla level of regen then, isn't it? And this is in full regen, right?
Now if I pull this lever here, it will bring the car to a complete stop.
Really?
The paddle on the left hand side of the steering wheel. So this is increase regen, decrease regen. It's keeping the lane.
Oh, so it's driving itself?
Yeah, yeah.
So you don't have your hands on the wheel? Look, he's not driving. It's driving itself.
Not quite autopilot.
It's
then.
not quite autopilot, but it's 3/4 of a step to autopilot, I'd say. Keep in mind, this car is £34,000
Well, this is the thing.
Yeah.
I can't
on
get,
the road
can't get my head around
with the
it,
government
really.
grant. It's 34 grand. 3 of these is one of my Teslas. That is.
The great thing about EVs, I find, is that the ride is usually pretty similar across all of them. You know, you've got that
You know, the
instant
Hyundai
acceleration,
wasn't.
you've got
It
the
wasn't.
smoothness. You still had the smoothness and the instant acceleration. This
Not
is the
really.
Hyundai Ioniq I was talking about. Well, I thought
Like
you
that
did.
part.
No,
Maybe
I know you didn't, but I
the
think
build quality of that was just not nice.
And also, it was quite bobbly round corners. I remember you saying that quite a lot. It didn't kind of...
This feels like it holds the corners.
Yeah, this is, you know,
This has
it's
got-
no sports car, but it's also
it's
nothing to
95 grand.
complain about. It's got auto wipers, auto lights, climate control, cruise control, radar adaptive cruise control.
So it's well spec'd then, isn't
Lane
it?
keep assist, privacy glass at the back.
It's got everything.
It's got everything. You know, sat nav. It's you can't spec it. You can only buy this car in one spec, and this is
Right,
it.
okay.
But there is a vast array of buttons compared
Yes.
to the Tesla. You know, it's got things like driver only heating to keep the wasted energy down. So you only heat this side of the car. If you're in it, you don't have to heat the passenger side.
That's cool.
And I like the amount of storage just under the centre console
Oh,
here.
yeah.
Well,
That's
yes,
really,
I
really
could
nice.
almost fit my bag in there if I just cut the top of this bit off.
It's almost like they saw the original Tesla Model S yacht floor and think, yeah, we'll have that. No, stick a
And
centre,
then change their
stick a
mind.
centre
Yeah.
armrest in it.
Loads of space, actually.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's very airy.
Loads of
You get
space.
a good view out of the back.
Yeah.
It's quiet, as you'd expect.
Jazzy wants to be filmed.
Do you like this car, Jasper? This is the Kia e-Niro.
It's got Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, all there.
That is something I'd love to have in
What?
the Tesla.
So it's not got Spotify, but my phone has. Honestly, I cannot fault this, and for what I'm buying, it's perfect.
Yeah.
You know,
What you
as
need.
a second EV, for something that will give Tracy the ability of doing 100 to 120 miles a day
Yeah.
in any direction, wherever she wants,
Yeah,
without
yeah.
worrying about whether the charger's working or available or even
Yeah,
there.
exactly.
You don't have to have an HD reversing camera.
And-
What you need is a reversing camera.
Yeah, and it's perfectly
Carried
acceptable.
away.
Ready? Whoa! It's got that, you know, lift its skirt up and run.
It really is not bad.
Just because it's so effortless, you really got to watch your speed.
Well, it's the same with the Tesla though, isn't it?
It is,
Or
it
any EV. You don't get that engine note that tells you what speed you're doing,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Every 5 minutes. I really like this.
I do.
James is still saying that about his new skateboard.
I do like this.
Hang on a second.
Yeah, you are.
I'm still saying that about my Tesla, Soph.
Open, press and hold. No, nothing.
Have you tried pressing the unlock twice?
That in. Lock.
Yes, there has got to be a way to open the charge flap, yes.
Otherwise we're in trouble. It's not a Tesla. I didn't press the off button.
So the car is still
The
on?
car's still on. All I did is take the key and get out, but I didn't
Right.
tell the car that I'd taken the key and got out.
Anyway,
Now it's played a nice tune,
we can proceed with opening the charge port.
and now it's locked. Right.
This car of the year.
Yeah, it's
So what goes in there? Why is it that shape?
because you don't have a spare wheel. So that's the hole that would normally be taken up by a spare wheel.
So presumably you could put one in there if you
yeah,
wanted.
if you wanted to, yeah.
It's not a bad size boot.
Not a bad size boot at all.
It just goes down.
No,
like
that
that.
just goes down. It's you know quite flat all the way through.
It's like a Mercedes.
There's not a lot of difference
Right.
because manufacturing processes have come a long way.
And because EVs are just generally always better.
Now what about the build quality?
Yeah, there's always better EV build quality. It has to be because the car needs to be quiet.
Overall, I like that. I think for a third of the price of my Tesla, you don't get a third of the car.
Specifically, this car gets me really excited because it is one of those first of the sort of new breed of electric cars. You're not losing utility. It's still reasonable sized. It still looks like an actual car. It still has a good range. I mean, these are the things that are essential and are quite honestly absent from many of the half-hearted EV efforts that car manufacturers have made over the last 5 years. So yeah, I'm super excited, super pumped. I think it's going to sell really well. I think the only real question is, can they get hold of enough batteries to make these in the kind of volumes that people are going to want to buy them? And unfortunately, I think that is one of those massive issues when you're not talking about Tesla, because that is the advantage that they've got, is they make their own batteries. So
the other thing, it comes under the £40,000 premium electric
oh,
vehicle
that's
tax.
good, yeah.
So you don't get penalised for driving a an expensive electric vehicle. Admittedly, it's nearly
Soph
topping
looks
it
great
out.
on that scooter. Go on, Soph, good job. Careful, Jazzy. Yeah, he's got skateboarding going on. Yeah, the brakes are really mean business.
Oh wow, this is like weird.
Quick bite to eat and then off home, I think. No appreciation for how easy it is to forget to say something that's important. One thing Mark has just told me is that the car has got Wi-Fi and apparently it integrates with ZapMap, which I think is extremely useful because with the exception of the Tesla map, and even that is only good for its own Tesla chargers, both destination and superchargers. Other than that, in-car charging maps, I don't know about you, but I've found them to be totally useless. I mean, I remember the old Nissan Leaf one would constantly be telling you there were chargers that didn't exist, or that didn't work, or that had no idea what the network was, or half the time they were private chargers. People, installed them at their houses. Nissan had stuck them on their map for some reason. Anyway, so integration with ZapMap is a winning idea. Cheers! Bye! Didn't you get check-in? Yep, I know. Just say a quick goodbye now because obviously the fun and entertainment is over for today. We had a yummy meal, it's all good. The e-Niro is fantastic as far as I can tell. I love it. I would quite happily have one of those if I didn't already have a Tesla, which is, a pretty good EV too. Although I did like the lane keeping assist thing, that worked well, kind of like baby autopilot. Anyway, enough of that. You've just watched the video, so you already know all these things. Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, remember to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and follow me on Instagram and Twitter if you don't already. And I will see you in the next installment of my vlog. Bye.
3, 2, 1, go!
Way. And it's flat, is it?
And that's 60.
Yeah, it's, as you say,
Which
it's
is perfectly reasonable.
It's perfectly reasonable, it's usable.
I'm going to time that when I get home, find out exactly how long it was according to the footage.